Hi, I'm Vivica Fox. How many of you can say that you're really happy, that you're leading passionate and fulfilling lives, that if you had a chance to do it all over again, you would live your life exactly the way you're living it now? Very few people. And if you're watching this, I'm sure you're looking for some insight that will put you on the path to change things for the better. Now, this is not a new 12-step program or a new system of living. This is designed to inspire viewers by introducing them to people who have overcome great adversity on the road to stardom. We'll meet Hollywood celebrities who will share with us personal stories that have changed them, stories of courage and strength, of hardship and of heartbreak, but ultimately, they will be stories of triumph. So let's listen to some of these people and see how they can inspire us to live the life of our dreams.
What up, y'all? It's your man, Tyrese Gibson. I'm here to tell y'all a few things. First of all, I want to invite y'all to open your mind, open your spirit, and open your hearts, and open up anything that has to do with the possibilities of where life could go. I'm going to try my best to walk you through a bunch of different steps, a bunch of different quotes, and a bunch of different things that I live my life by that's contributed to the success that I've had thus far.
Many experts believe we are defined by 3 pivotal moments in our lives, moments that have marked us, shaped us into who we are. These are called defining moments. For some, these defining moments can never be forgotten.
I started out with a Coca-Cola commercial when I was 16 years old, and from that Coca-Cola commercial, a 30-second spot, I've been able to turn my life from a 30-second spot into a 13-year career that expanded from so many different genres of entertainment, and I'm gonna try my best to give you all as much information about how I was able to do it as possible.
Have you ever thought about what your defining moments are? Those moments that change you. We all have within ourselves the power to build the life that we want. For legendary screen icon Tony Curtis, star of film classics Some Like It Hot and The Defiant Ones, something early in his childhood taught him that the world was not a friendly place and that hatred of those who are different was going to force him to grow up.
I used to go to the synagogue with my father. I would stand next to him and he'd hold my hand. I'd listen to these men murmur words that were thousands of years old. I didn't understand a word. I would get nervous and I want to get out. I'd pull up my father's hand and he would hold my hand so tight and still pray. Isn't that interesting? He was able to let himself enjoy, relish, hear the words that he wanted to hear, and at the same time hold his little kid here so he didn't go out and fall.
And can take away our pain just enough so we can start to heal. Once we have begun to heal, we can then begin the process of building a life of great passion and fulfillment. I use the word fulfillment because that's what we all want as human beings. The need to feel special, to love, to know what we're doing is worthwhile.
Tommy Chong was a worked with Motown before, and he was a guitar player in a band called Bobby Taylor and the Vancouvers, and so he knew the black circuit in L.A., so that's where we started to look first. I grew up in a black neighborhood, and so did he, so we knew that life very well, so we started going to these series of black clubs, and they paid money, but we'd walk to them and talk to the owner until they hired us, and we started doing a little bit of our act, and oh, well, okay, we'll try it out. But every day we used to have this thing where we had to make $1.50 a day. With $1.50, we could make some kind of Chinese meal with rice and beef and greens or chicken or something, and we could feed ourselves. But we had to somehow get $1.50 a day. And so what we came up with is as we were walking to these clubs, we had this little wagon that we pulled with us, and we would look for soda bottles or pop bottles, because it was a 3-cent deposit, sometimes a nickel for beer bottles. And as we go through the neighborhoods and we look in empty lots or see any place we could find bottles, get them, put them in the cart. And at the end of the when we got to the club, we usually had close to $1.50 in pop bottles. We'd take them to the store. Okay, we have our $1.50 of the day. So it was always that kind of a struggle that, so when we actually finally signed a deal, we got, God, we can live $1,000. We can live forever. It is a struggle every day to do what you want to do. You have to be able to, if you're of age, to support yourself. That's crucial, because what it brings about is a belief in your own reliance, that you can rely on yourself, that no matter what situation you get in or find yourself, that you can survive, maybe even prosper. But you only get that feeling if you build it up one day at a time. You go out every day with your little wagon and collect $1.50 worth of pop bottles. But you have to do the work. And from doing that work, it's like doing curls or sit-ups or any kind of exercise. You become stronger each time you do that. Each time you go out and collect that $1.50 worth of pop bottles, you're $1.50 stronger. You do that for a bunch of days, and all of a sudden, you find that you're very strong.
Finding happiness requires work from the inside out. And there's a big difference between making a living and making a life.
Because of your health and all your limbs and stuff, you're fine. I mean, everyone feels sorry for themselves at times. You go online, you see a kid who was 13 years old, he got his legs cut off on a train track, and his mother said, visit him in the hospital. He said, Mom, it's just my legs. Why are you crying? I mean, where does that kid get that positive attitude? I mean, that's an inspiration. He's on the football team. He has no legs. So if you think you have it bad, look at that kid. Someone always has it worse than you. So you got to get out of your head and go, you got to keep going. And, if a physical handicap, that's something different. But then those people are inspirational. They go, I got to keep going, And I mean, I'm lucky I don't have any of that. So, but somebody that does and they overcome that, I mean, that's a huge achievement, way bigger than anything I've ever done. You got to go after it. These things in your life, they don't just happen. You can't just sit around and wait for it to happen. It just doesn't. You've got to go after it, and you've got to create it.